I really try to understand certain things. You know what I mean? Because how do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you go, how do you make it to a point where even the kid's gonna be like, you know what, I'm down. Let's do it. And then how do you convince a kid to do it? Like, it's I don't know, man. That shit is just crazy to me. I don't know how that shit works. I mean, I know. Scary hours. So, speaking of scary hours, right? Drake went in on Joe Budden. When I say scary hours, yo, hold on. When I say scary hours, Drake. Hold on, this shit turned on. Oh, hold on. Drake. Let's see if I can get this on. Mask on. But yeah, so hold on. It turns on too, but I just gotta figure it out. How do you turn this shit on? Oh, there we go. So, scary hours. I have to get a shot of this. Scary hours, you know what I'm saying? So Drake dropped a mixtape for all the dog. You know what I'm saying? For all of the dog them. Hold on, let me get my sound effects. So Drake dropped it, and people weren't really feeling it that much. Now, I don't really want to get into it, but since we're doing scary hours, I got this mask on and shit. Let me tell y'all a little story about a man named Joseph Budden. So Joe Budden and Drake had a little back and forth going on, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, I'm going to take this shit off because this shit is hot. But they had a little back and forth. Now, during this little back and forth that they had, hold up. So when Drake released For All the Dogs, so everyone was waiting for this album. He kept pushing it back. He kept saying, yo man, don't trust me guys, I'm gonna drop it, He kept doing all that type of shit. Me, I know how the game is. Until it's dropped and people are talking about it, I'm not doing anything. I'm chilling. So I wasn't really too worried about that. This is a sick ass mask, right? I wasn't too worried about that. So the one thing that people were saying was like, yo, the album wasn't what we thought it was gonna be. It wasn't. He said he's gonna bring the old Drake back, but he didn't really bring the old Drake back. It was just a bunch of shit that he was doing with Lil Yachty. So people weren't really feeling it. Now, Joe Budden has some shit to say, okay?
This is like Yachty rapping. This is like he rapping for the children. And that's yo, dog, I had to look up how old this was when I finished listening to the album. Mm-hmm. You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You only 37 years old. Get the away from some of these younger niggas and stop in these 25-year-olds.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
I'm listening to the album. Yo, you're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it that you appeal to the world. Loving about Cole, like my shit is happening in reverse. Like with Cole, he used to rap about kid shit. I'm a grown ass, like real Jersey City. I want to hear how you lost your fucking virginity. And then he started to grow up. Mm-hmm. And then the rapping sounded like an adult rapping. I want to hear adult Drake rapping for adult people.
No.
This is like Yachty.
You want to hear what Drake said? No. Drake goes, Joe Budden, You have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember, you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter give their opinion on how things that pop into your brain had you broke living check to check. And the raps you write had 450 men showing up in your shows in Dusty and Nietzsche jeans to screw up their face to Mood Music 29 and pretend that you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist's opinions affect your mindset after the fact, this guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. We don't even know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap because you accomplished all, not because you accomplished all that you need to. It's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in the generations to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their own opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need to put it in simpler terms, I own a 767, which is like a jet. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions. God damn, Drake. Yo, Drake.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You didn't have to go in on the nigga like that, bro. And here's the thing. I think when Joe Budden gets out, like starts yelling and shit, people take it the wrong way. Even though the man has been supporting you. He's been supporting you. Been big Drake fan. A lot of the core Drake fans are not really fucking with the album that much. Because they're expecting more. It's almost like this. Like, so 50 Cent is one of my favorite rappers. When his music started to decline, I could hear it. And I would be a little bit mad because music is no longer his main focus. He's just dropping music for his fans and thing. But it's like, bruh, you can do way better than what you're doing right now. Like, I know you can do that. So I could see why, like, the core fan base would be like, yo, Drake, you're going to say this is the old you, but then it's not really the old you. It's like, it's a watered down version of that. I can see why people get pissed off at that type of shit. And they're like, yo, man, what is he doing? This calls for all the dogs. And you know what I mean? So I totally understand that. Totally get it. Now, for Drake to reply the way that he replied and to be as disrespectful as the way that he was, I don't think it was warranted in any way. I don't think Joe Budden deserved that shit. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think Drake deserved what Joe Budden said. I think Joe should have been like, hey, yo, bro. What? Here's the thing. I listened to the album. I skipped a lot of tracks. The reason why I skipped a lot of tracks, those certain tracks don't fit what my lifestyle is right now or what I'm going through right now. Right now, like soft pace singing and monotone singing, like that's not, for me, that's not what I'm going for right now in my life. I'm going for more either upbeat, smooth tempos, whatever the case may be, but I'm looking for something that's more rich. You know what I mean? A little bit more rich in terms of music. Now, this project feels like the newer songs that he recorded and the 1-2 that he had like laying in the back that I'm gonna chill with, those ones were bangers. Like Members Only, like I Don't Give a Fuck, like them type of tracks. However, you can tell that certain other ones were probably supposed to be on another album that didn't make it, or like, because it's 23 songs. Now, Here's another fact that people are trying to say. If he condensed that album to like 11, 12 tracks, then it probably would have been a better album, right? The thing is, how could I say? Drake has been following the Views blueprint after Views. Meaning that I'm going to give you guys a little bit of everything in every fucking album. If y'all haven't noticed, Views was like that, but it worked. It was a risk, but it worked. That was the formula that he built, and it worked. Then he dropped More Life. That shit worked. People were saying, yo, happy birthday, more life, right? Then, and he called it a playlist, which was smart. Then you had Scorpion. Same fucking vibe. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. CLB, same fucking vibe. Then he did a straight album with just straight certain tone, which is honestly never mind. No one was fucking with it. Then he did a cohesive album with 21 Savage where like every track made sense together and it was cohesive. That shit, everyone's like, Drake is back. He went back to the same formula with this album and everyone is mixed with it. That is what I'm trying to say. Is that it's a bad album. It's not that it's mid. It's nothing like that. Like the nigga's rapping his ass off still. Like we cannot forget the fact that he's still rapping his ass off. Pause. He's doing his thing. However, the main topic and the main issue is that he can make way better music than what he's trying to make now. And instead of trying to chase, I'm going to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, he should just make a cohesive Drake album without even having the outside listening in type shit, or just have people that can modernize it a little bit, and then he's going to have a sick project. So he said he's going to take some time off because he's trying to heal, he's trying to like, you know, mental health, all that, or wealth. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is, he also oversaturated his music a little bit by dropping project after project after project. These 3 projects should have been released by like, the last one, For All the Dogs, should have been released by 2025. You didn't really have time to fucking go through every track and to be like, yeah, this is a banger, this is a banger, this is good. Nah, I don't know about this song. You didn't have time to add anything to certain songs. You didn't have time to do anything. And everyone was waiting for the project, and then I feel like this project was rushed. And I feel like there's certain songs on there, that the bangers on there, those ones were like, yeah, this was meant for the project. The other ones, he just probably threw them in, or he didn't really get to work on them that much or craft them as well. That's what I think about that. But him going in on Joe Budden like that was crazy. Drake's a sicko, yo. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, you're gonna talk shit about my shit? Yeah, go ahead. What did you do in your career? I was like, God damn. Crazy. So